Sorry, I'm putting on warmer clothes because
It's okay.
it's cold in my room.
You're allowed to get dressed. I won't force you to be naked.
Thank you.
As I know you are. were before you put on clothes. Anyway.
How did you hack into my webcam?
Oh fuck, wait. No, Danganronpa, stop. Hi everyone, it's Ibble and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc with Lemlia and Xenobun. Last time we went on a date with Byakuya and then he ditched us in the middle of it. So now we're continuing the investigation by ourselves. Let's go look at that corpse.
Lem, you changed your Discord name to look at your melon.
Yeah, I did. Hi, for me.
Ding ding ding! Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit. Another stat increase for me.
Evidence? What did you find?
I cannot reveal that just yet. But I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs.
Are you sure about that?
Oh yeah, Miss Ludenberg said she'd witnessed something worthwhile too.
Really? What did she see?
She refused to tell me. It's like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right?
I don't think so. Okay, so where is Celeste now?
The warehouse by the dorm. She was there, but at the same time, not there.
What's it gonna be? Corpse, corpse, corpse! Corpse party! God, this music slaps so hard. Hi, Kyoko. Hey, Kyoko, have you made any progress in your investigation?
Generally speaking. But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of.
What could you have to take care of? Something besides the investigation? What is it?
Honestly, it's an excuse.
Why
to
will
stop
no one
talking
tell me
to you.
anything? Oh.
I mean,
Oh.
it's nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder and everything.
But
Before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time. And by one more time, I mean like fucking it all.
yeah,
you
like
didn't.
because Byakuya didn't
Because
let
Byakuya
me.
wouldn't let you thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts. That's it. I'll be praying for your success.
With
Why
that,
do they
Kyoko.
act like? Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Why do they act like the trials weigh on our opinion only, like who we choose? Like it does, because we're playing the game, but they don't know that.
Mhm. Yeah. With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. Guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing? That's definitely worth worrying about.
Yeah, the first game, like, holds your hands to the extent that,
Mm-hmm.
like, Makoto is, like... it's like Makoto just comes off as this useless person that somehow
yeah.
everything is riding on.
Kyoko
Yeah,
said
exactly.
I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, I'd better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. Huh? This rope has a plug? Wait, so then this isn't rope at all! But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was a blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right, there's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. At first, I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through the Genocide Jack files, something's not quite right. What does this all mean? Status of the dead body. Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help me to look at the Genocide Jack case file one more time. Okay, we talked about it already.
Yeah.
Mondo, I love you. I hear you.
Oh.
Chihiro's presence here was especially weak. Her body and her soul.
To target such a helpless being, it's unforgivable. What a wretched beast to do such a thing. What a wretched bitch.
What a wretched bitch.
A little bitch. I cannot forgive this.
Oh, what else do I have to look at? It's the bloodstained poster. The blood is the most noteworthy part, but the big-breasted swimsuit model is
my
pretty
God.
noticeable too. A girl's locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this, because gay people don't exist. And then we wanted to check out the boys' locker room too, right? Tornado? Huh? This poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit into the boys' locker room. Wow, the art style's really cute. Oh, but wait, that reminds me, the poster in the other locker room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. Why does he keep calling it big-breasted swimsuit model? You could just say swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched?
No, you have to look at her melon.
That's an important detail for the case.
If they were... Why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms.
Oh no, everybody's slowly turning into a sheep.
Ma.
There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? Looks like shit. Okay. Someone who's been to the locker rooms? I mean, Aoi has been, but also Sakura has also.
Guess it's gonna make us talk to Aoi, or...
Is it Sakura? I think it's Sakura.
Oh, it is.
God, I was just talking to her. Stop making me run around. You spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura?
I've used it, what? I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together.
Okay, then let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys' and girls' locker rooms could have been switched?
Sorry, I can't really say. I never really paid any attention to the posters.
I see.
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising.
We have protein coffee?
In the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain.
A stain? But I don't see any stain on the carpet now.
Exactly. I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean, as if there was never a stain here to begin with?
I'm losing her voice.
Disappearing stain. Okay.
It's revealed that Sakura's not
and then
even...
we talked to Celeste.
Sakura doesn't have
Yeah.
an accent. She just adopts it.
Oh, hi, Celeste. Celeste, what are you doing here?
This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from.
I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless.
Then you did find something?
Very well. I will tell you, and only you. Last night, I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse.
What? Really?
This was right before night time.
Oh, wow! I like how they paint Celeste's drills. They're so cute.
What are you doing out this late?
They look like a bunch of tires.
Stop.
I was just... Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How do you know?
Cause I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry. ...
British silence. She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone. I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule...
Whoa. Rule?
None of this would ever have happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose.
So, damn, that's kind of mean. So, apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying. Which would mean the killer must have gotten rid of it somehow.
Also, hasn't the nighttime rule been, like, broken multiple times?
Yeah.
Celeste is just ignoring that.
There's all kinds of stuff
is
piled
following my
everywhere.
rules.
I don't see anything noteworthy. Surveillance camera. The mastermind must have been watching as Chihiro was killed. They know what's happened, and they're still forcing us to go through with this. Well, yeah, that's the point, Makoto.
That's why they're a mastermind. Duh.
Where else do we need to go?
Aoi, maybe?
Ow? No, I thought Sakura fulfilled that. I mean,
Oh,
you
the
could probably.
dining hall. Yeah, Aoi.
Oh.
Imagine just being named Blue. Oh, Hina, how's Toko doing?
Same as before. She won't come out and she just keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there. Like a bad friend.
Me when the war tribunal asks me why I committed my war crimes? You left her?
My head was all swimming and I was getting pretty hungry. Oh, but don't worry. I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Today... Oh, but it's today. Today! Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her.
Speaking of which, what are you eating?
A donut, of course.
Of course.
There's two things I'm sure God created. Outer space and donuts.
That sprite's so
That
cute.
sprite is so cute!
Really?
I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret.
I think she probably had more regrets than that.
I should have tried to spend more time with her.
Come to think of it, damn, we should have spent more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Not fucking us.
Not us!
Yeah, she was a little bit strange. Didn't really hang out with the girls much.
Okay, damn, you don't have to, like, talk
It
about
was
this dead
like-
like this.
Like she was trying to keep her distance from us.
Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yeah.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Just about to go on a rap track.
Ariana Grande, yeah!
Yeah.
Yup, it's true. And it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls.
Was she just shy?
I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex?
Not really.
No.
I feel like that's a whole
wait.
thing, like a whole genre
Yeah.
of like, I'm not like other girls, I only get along with boys.
Oh wait, maybe. Maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't What? The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right?
Think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl. And also, why are you trying to pit women against each other?
I'd never realized it. This isn't really like... This isn't a spoiler, it's just like... I never realized how similar Aoi and Akane are as character archetypes.
Yeah, they're pretty similar. I kind of...
Yeah, athletic girls with outfits that for some reason show off their boobs. Even
Yeah, I
though
kinda
they're
got
supposed to
that
be like
sense when we
athletes
played
and they
games.
both like love to eat.
Okay. Where do I go now?
Yeah, I noticed that when I played the second one too.
I didn't notice it, but now I'm noticing a lot of things replaying this game that I'm like, wow.
Well, that makes sense. It's only your second time seeing it.
Yeah.
There's a thick layer of dust on top of the desk. Maybe there's some kind of clue here. Guess not.
Okay.
Huh? The lamp won't turn on. Oh, I see. It's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. But last time I saw it, it was definitely on, and it was definitely right here. I remember because Byakuya was there. Oh, that's right. Byakuya was using an extension cord. But there's no extension cord here now. I wonder if...
Byakuya was using an extension cord, but now there's not an extension cord. That means the extension cord isn't here. It must be somewhere else.
It's a document about the secret council revealing the kind of truth a commoner shouldn't go near. So I guess I better not. Wait, where's the... They wanted us to reveal...
It's the box.
Review the... Oh, the box? Oh.
Oh.
No. I want to take another look at Genocide Jack's case file. My note is around here somewhere. Huh? It's gone. Did someone take it out of the archive? Why do I keep on trying to say archive? I keep wanting to say anchovy, actually. But the only the only one who would do something like that, I can't think of anyone but Byakuya. Byakuya.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you all been waiting for, the class trial. You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon. Do it.
Begin the class trial, or it's about to begin? I don't know why.
Wait, why did he say that? That didn't make any sense. Begin the class trial, or it's about to begin?
I don't know. The red door is right through here.
Good job, Makoto. This door is the color red. Ahem, so is everyone ready to... What? Am I blind or are we missing someone? Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is... You really don't remember? Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
Crucial.
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please.
And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko, kicking and screaming behind him.
I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe he would drag a girl around. Terrible! You're terrible!
I could have killed you, so count yourself lucky. Woo! So now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there. Teleports away.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. Whoa, they all just like blinked into existence. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. Why do they always have to like monologue before the trial? Like, all the protagonists have to be like super dramatic right before the trial. Okay, I'll be right back though. I'm gonna use the restroom.
Oh, okay.
How could you?
The cursor is on Ifumi's crotch.
It's blinking.
Yeah. Ding ding.
Okay, I'm back.
You left the cursor on Ifumi's crotch.
Oh, okay.
I had to say that before you moved it. This is urgent, you must know.
Yeah, you said that so quickly. I was like,
Because
what?
I was
What is
afraid you were going to move the mouse and then you would be like, what are you talking about?
No, I'm still sitting down. Also, I would have been able to see it in the playback anyway. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Also, we talk about it in the playback, so.
Hi, Mondo. They're all just like staring at us, all except for Byakuya. He's like tsundere looking away.
Fucking Toko, man. What's got her so worked up? I mean, the murder? What?
I don't know why the killer did what they did, but I'm sure it'll work itself out. Justice always prevails, right, bro?
You ready? We doing this?
They all have
No.
one-liners.
I will uncover the villain who performs such heinous acts on the weaker individual.
Kyoko, what are you doing all the way back here?
Shall we begin? Not answering that.
Miss Fujisaki, I must admit, for being 3D, she was quite remarkable. Of course, just the idea of 3D makes me cringe.
Okay.
That's like clearly untrue. I don't know why he keeps saying that.
I know.
There's something odd about Toko's behaviour. She keeps going, gut, over and over again. I do not think mere shock is enough to explain it.
I guess I wasn't much help at all on this one.
I gave you plenty to work with. Show us how far your logic can take you.
Did you, Byakuya?
We have no choice, right? We have to do this. Oh,
Yes.
I didn't realize I said that out loud. I gave a small nod in reply. Nod. With one last deep breath, I walked towards the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the unease in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally came to a sudden stop.
What do you... Oh, God. My throat is so sore. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting?
Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
You know, if I was the killer, you'd be the first one to die. You're rip-raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it at all. Okay then, let's get this show on the road. Everyone, please find your assigned seats.
And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial.
That's his pre-class trial ritual.
Yeah, he thinks he sounds so cool. We don't have any new skills, right?
Yeah, we didn't get any skills. We just got points.
We probably should have focused more on
One person.
one person.
Yeah, well, we can do
We'll
that.
do that next time. Okay.
We should probably focus on a person that we've already started with. So, like Celeste or something.
Mhm.
Or Mondo or something.
Or, Kyoko.
Or Kyoko. Or Yasuhiro. No, we didn't do Yasuhiro. Right? I don't know. Anyway.
No, we didn't.
Anyway, you know how the class trial works. Whatever. Yeah, if you figure it out, then I'll punish everyone.
Yasuhiro?
I don't know. Anyway, let's talk first.
First, we have to make... Shut up, this is my line. First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Wow, wow, wow. Locker room dumbbell.
Did we choose the super easy difficulty? I can't remember.
No, we chose the
did normal.
normal one. Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound. According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument, but what kind of blunt instrument could it have been? I mean, this doesn't really refute that, right? Okay. Oh, okay.
It was an iron.
No, fuck, come back! Interesting. That certainly would make for a powerful weapon. Yasuhiro, did you even see the crime scene? Like, there was clearly something with blood on it.
Yasuhiro is, I feel like, that type of character archetype is there to, like, provide, like, clearly, obviously wrong statements for you to counter.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime? He just brushes over what Yasuhiro says. It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
Oh, we got our own forensics.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yeah, that's so creepy.
It's a fucking murder scene.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Actually, I mind very much. Let's move on to this discussion of the culprit. Although I believe the criminal behind— oh my god, sorry. Although I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack. Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer.
The same thing.
Serial killer who is fiendish, Genocide Jack. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added. Nope, it's fine. I'll figure it out.
The poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison.
Genocide Jack case file. I always forget that I have to click there. The culprit is Genocide Jack, I'm sure of it. Oh yeah, they have the little— seriously? You can shoot those, right? Oh fuck. That's not
No, you can
Please close as far as I'm
click
concerned.
them.
Yeah, right click them.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on.
There's just no proof for it. Move out of the way, bitch.
I think so too.
What you go, yo?
Break.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around at the archive in the library. Yeah, I just found it. I just stumbled across it. No one showed it to me. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth, so let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that of a bloody message. Oh, is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Bloodlust.
No, booblust.
I mean, oh, wow. My non-perverted brain didn't even process that. Booblust.
His voice sounded different there.
No, it's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto? The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know, if I'm not mistaken, it has to do with the positioning of the body. He just tells us. Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department. However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about all this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? The only logical answer I can think of is, there's only a way up. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way.
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko. Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You lie!
What?
Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, right? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why's this gotta be so complicated?
It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko. The answer to that, she's not just one person, but multiple people, right?
Hangman's Gambit.
What? I thought it was gonna be DID. What? What?
Wait. Is it skip? No. Wait, do an S?
Oh my god, is this the one?
Oh my
it's
god!
Like super,
they
super
they
problematic.
localized
it's
it
like,
to yeah.
yeah, because
That's
they had to
awful.
make it fit, and it's like super problematic.
I don't even think they had to make it fit, right? They because I think they can change it
Oh yeah.
based on like. So I don't know why they did that. I don't know why they didn't just do DID like, or if you have to multiple personality. I mean, I guess that's too long. That's dumb. Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file, too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder. The correct term for it.
Okay, but still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable.
Oh,
Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality. The only thing, or the one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality, it has to do with her behavior.
Good job, Makoto.
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right? That's right. Think back, she fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then when she woke up...
I'm fine, Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead?
She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted.
The world has a front and a back, a top inning and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure! That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared! Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
Again.
There she goes again, saying
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was... It's what? It's because she was scared of Genocide Jack? I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive out the killer to drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in the room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her, of killing even more people. Such a problematic trope.
Oh my god. How? Yeah, how can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No, what she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh? I'm gonna keep saying, huh, and what?
Huh? What? Southern confusion! Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko? She like squeaked.
This is all a lie, right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You only have yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Damn, savage.
Genjutsu.
I don't know how to repeat that. Whatever sound she made.
Yeah.
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
sorry. I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that. But you weren't able to do it. You just... How many times do I have to tell you? I'm fucking gay. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear, I tried to control it, but...
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
As you should, girl, as you should.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean...
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second...
Why, hello there. Is it me you were hoping to see? Yeah. Ugh, what the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill.
Oh god, my voice. What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. Actually, it's not textbook. It completely goes against what we know about DID. But anyway, so what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults. Yeah!
She's so intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun.
This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, or Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up? Oh, she's so cute. I actually love her.
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that? Well, I'll tell you, I'm the mastermind of all masterminds. Just kidding.
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over the town. Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again. Yeah! I want to do that laugh 3 times.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's a clear motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to life, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh? Wait. Huh?
But I can't imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion. Takedo.
God, I love the way she speaks in Japanese.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah, I could never believe a word you say, you monster!
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this.
I like how Emily's hair becomes spiky when she's mad.
Yeah, it's cute. I like how all of their sprites, like the expression of, sorry, but I didn't kill anyone. A status of dead body. You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking. When you compare your past murders to this incident, modus operandi matches completely. Fuck. No. Fuck. I was trying to shoot that, not shoot it, get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay, I just have to focus on remembering Chihiro's body. That must have the answer. Okay. Move out of the way! Better let you go. Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you. I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one. There's one clear difference between them. What? He says, oh, there are two clear differences in his head. There's one clear difference. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and the stomach. Here you'll see a clear difference. Now he's talking to himself like... The victim's fatal energy.
Energy?
The victim's fatal injury. For one, the cause of death is different. This is every mushroom foraging guide. Brown cap, brown top with white stalk. Great to eat, everyone loves them, found in the forest. Dumb idiots, false brown cap. Brown top with white stalk, found in the forest. It will kill you if you even eat one bite. You will bleed out your ass until you fucking die, and you will have deserved it for being a shitty, miserable rube with no foraging skill. It's the same exact image.
Yeah.
For one, the cause of death is different. I think I already said that. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. Skizzers. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes, that is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's one more conflicting detail.
That's right. Oh god. Fuck. That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
I want pesto.
Oh god, you were just talking about pesto earlier, yeah.
Yeah, in the chat, in the Mori playthrough live chat, people kept talking about pesto.
When you were
Yeah,
gone,
they
she was
said
talking
pesto
about, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting this, but after this, if you guys want to record another one, I think I'm gonna make spaghetti real quick.
I kind of want ramen. Anyway.
I kind of want ramen. Maybe we should split one. Anyway.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking? It's making me hungry.
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here you'll see a clear difference. what was used to suspend her. Akata! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Why would he still call it a rope? He knows it's an extension cord. Specifically pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
He's misleading them on purpose.
I mean, to be fair, like, it's not like there's just, like, scissors that are, like, around.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's 2 differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Are you referring to My Little Pony?
Are you referring to Big Mac from My Little Pony? He's here! Oh my god, I'm such a big fan.
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there just waiting to be discovered. A pattern? Figure that out and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There's a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims and Chihiro didn't fit in. If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is they're all very common Japanese names. I think I figured it out. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro.
Chihiro
was her lover.
Yes.
Is it because Chihiro was a girl? Bingo!
Bingo!
Bullseye, right on the money!
Oh yeah.
TikTok meme.
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money! What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common. Ken Harada, 32. Tetsuhiro Honda. Like the car! 17. Shoji Gaku, 23. Kano Issei, 14. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. Komatsuna Taro, Takefumi Gono, Uchida Naohia, Takeshi Masamue, Yuto Yumejima. There was no end to it.
They were all guys? That's right, the people I killed with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men. Yeah, I can't believe I said it. I'm so embarrassed. The hell is wrong with you? I can't help it. I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it.
Joshi.
But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam.
Fujoshi?
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making... God, I'm so fucking hungry. Suddenly start making
my
ramen?
stomach keeps growling.
We should make an
I've
ramen
gotta
after
stop
this.
using food references. Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy, but that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet,
Wow.
Lily Kerr.
Go off!
Lonely cur? I'm the only one who's allowed to call people lonely cur.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive,
Yeah, exactly.
why would I bother with a message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid,
Dad?
heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the Whoa, what? Scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors, I only use my own set of high-class, envy of the entire world scissors. Entire world.
Entire world!
Okay, whatever, there still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
I like this part.
Yeah. Da 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 da. What is this? Da 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 da.
Grr, she's fully equipped.
Grr.
Grr.
That's right. So I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you.
I like how she's more confident than Toko. Like, there's a clear, like, difference between them.
Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot, so rope's totally out of the question anyway.
Wait. God. I have no idea what's going on anymore. Cause such a heinous... Heinous... Oh, I don't know what that is.
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah, that's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Ah, I wonder who it is.
The fact that Toko's voice, or Genocide Jack's voice, is fucking shredding my throat is making Mondo's voice easier to do because I don't have to try to make it deep.
Hey, Byakuya.
That's good. Look how, I like how, like, concerned he looks. I guess that's because he was still frozen from the
Lily
curse
thing.
but I like that. Byakuya, or as I should call you, Byakunya. It's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Fuck. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before all this happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it? Don't know why that
the
was
reason
so hard.
he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer was so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it.
Ooh.
The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire.
I don't know if he's adorable.
I'm on fire.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
And the locker rooms, they're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree?
Huh? Suspicious?
It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
God.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
There's a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone.
Not at all. Monokuma file 2.
So you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird how? If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room, you absolutely take it. That's a natural reaction for any guy.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There's no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that? Okay. Hearing Byakuya's comment about Chihiro being a girl, I realize there's a clear contradiction there. But it doesn't make sense how he could have known before we even found it. Why did they tell you the answer? Oh, wait. I was like, what's the new mechanism? The new mechanism is that I have to take owlies, right? Fuck, I should have used the tutorial. I don't remember what the mechanism to do that is.
You have to what?
We have to, like, absorb owies. Fuck, no. Oh, like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Monogramma file too. Break. Maybe I should be doing the tutorials.
Nah, it's fine.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead, show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is, I think.
Sorry, I was drinking cranberry juice.
Where'd you get cranberry juice? Can I have some?
No, I pulled it out of my pocket. Remember how you were carrying coffee in your
I pulled it out of my ass.
I pulled it out
Oh
of my
yeah,
ass.
I was carrying coffee in my pocket.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh, proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The difference between this case and other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden there? What could it be?
Make your argument.
Library desk lamp. What's the difference between... What, the difference between the cases? You wanted me to explain again? When I get until I use my very own special scissors. And use the same scissors to arrange the body.
What Chihiro was suspended with some kind of rope, was it not?
That's right, it absolutely was.
And there must be something very fishy about that rope. I'm voice acting all the characters now.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
You dirty liar. Send it back to Chihiro.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Actually... Because you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord...
Oh, what? An extension cord? Why am I so shocked by that?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was used in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who used that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this. I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
Yeah, basically. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved.
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
Oh god. I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this. So he'd be totally willing to do... Oh my god.
Something like this to win. Sorry. Sorry, but could we just hold on a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We already decided you did it. Oh.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait. There's a lot that bothers me about that? What was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean I really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's something definitely off about what he said. You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
Mataku, how disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There's absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all that.
I believe I do. Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the scene of the crime, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up till now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have just been somewhere else.
Hey! Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Getting rationally angry about this. Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that's, oh my god, what?
The poster.
There's something that switched between the boys and the girls' locker room.
A poster.
The poster.
Wow. Blood was found on the poster in the girls' locker room. The poster featured a big-breasted supermodel, popular among young boys. The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive judge guitars were totally fake. Yeah! And it would be totally fine if they were. Yeah!
I like her eyes, or her face there, expression.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee.
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved. Where's the rock? The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain for my protein coffee. I don't recognize that stain anywhere.
Then, does that mean that the cockpits were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other, it's certainly plausible, don't you think?
What?
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the cream
the cream of the sign!
the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Broken e-handbook.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Oh, I've got it! You don't have
She
to.
must have hacked. No, I was. She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer afterward. After all, I mean, I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
What thing?
I'm talking about.
Leon's handbook, of course.
Megumi Ogata, my love. No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh, well then yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you'd want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Bzz. You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring. So if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have gotten to the boys' locker room. Okay then, I vote for Byakuya!
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya is the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second. Chotomate. I agree with you though. I think you're on the right track. What the? You finally decided to open your mouth and that's what you gotta say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So... Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access. What?
Kirikiri-kun.
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something. Wait. Just what do you think you're doing? Chotomate. Chotomate. Don't worry, this will make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you. Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, alright then, I declare an official class trial recess.
Huh? For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring, or I'll be very unhappy. Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So shall we go?
So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us was... the girls' locker room? Missy.
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully, like using our hands? No way!
It's probably best if I don't rub my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well.
Sakura.
I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl on girl action? Is this what you two are about?
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Why doesn't she just tell them?
I know, right?
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body. I know you say that, but... What? This is... What does this mean?
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
You don't have to be that shocked about it. Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
is a boy.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact. What?
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this. Why are they so fucking shocked?
Yeah.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy? Or at least assigned male at birth.
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Also, the reason you guys are so surprised is because of your preconceived gender notions. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy. He was a oh God. Then he was a cross-dresser? God. Now I'm really on fire. I wish I had killed him. So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now, let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. Ahem, I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
Okay, well this is a good stopping point. And I guess next time we'll find out what it means that Chihiro is assigned male at birth. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. That was so delayed.
I was zoning out.
Danganronpa.